Tell me a little bit about what you love the most about your job.
Man, what I love most. I would say the clients, not necessarily the realtors, but the actual people buying the homes.
Not necessarily the realtors.
Right. Hold on. I love my realtors now. Don't let her fool you. No, but it's because it's cool because like real estate might be the biggest purchase anybody might make in their whole life.
Yeah.
Right. And everybody's in it for different reasons. You might have a big family, you need more space. You got people downsizing when they come in. So everybody's there with their own different story. For me, my goal was to learn as much as I can on every side of the transaction so I can be more knowledgeable when I come to the table who have questions. Also, I have a little passion of mine is just helping, people in our community. Growing up, no one told me about real estate.
Right.
You don't learn about it in school. I read something the other day. Forbes put out an article saying, top 1%, they own about 89% of the stocks. So that's one way to grow wealth, right? Stock market. But that same top percentage of people only own about 24% of the real estate market.
Wow.
So there's a large amount of people who are trying to build wealth through real estate. Yeah. And I feel like people that look like you and I, not a lot of people doing that. So I think that kind of drove me to learn more about real estate. But to answer your question, my favorite part is giving those keys at the end of the closing. Everybody has their own passion and reason why they're buying a property. And so when you can help them get to the finish line, they look at you with so much smiles and you're like, hey, look, your realtor did most of the work. Your loan officer did most of the work. We just made sure legally everything went through smooth.
Right, but all three of us, the realtor, the loan officer, and the attorney, it's like we're all the gatekeepers.
Yeah.
And when that person walks away with the keys, it's like they're walking away as a wealth builder.
Right.
And that's the way I look at it.
That's perfect.
Like, I think it's like amazing that people come in. First time home buyers are my jam.
Okay, cool.
I mean, I love to work, I love to help everybody, but that whole intrinsic feeling of seeing somebody who didn't own anything but their car.
Right.
And they walk away and they own a house. There's just something very much soul pleasing about that.
You think about your first time.
Yeah.
Right? When you first bought your house, man, I had so many, I'm gonna do this to the house, I'm gonna do this to the house. You making all these plans. I bought my first one about 2 years ago. So I was going through that. It was right before COVID hit, so before it got real crazy. Oh, wow. But we still had 14 other offers on there, right? So you win that offer, you feel great. Yeah. And so that's why I tell people, people might be high stressed. We just helped a lady, 8 kids, and they're done school, so she wants to try to get in the closing before school starts in August. So she's freaking out, and I just told my paralegal, calm down. She's under a lot of stress, So, but when we gave her those keys last week, she was crying and hugging everybody, after cussing everybody out. So.
Yeah, well, it can be stressful. I feel like 50% of my job is telling people to calm down.
Oh man, you sound like me. I tell people it's not brain surgery. It's not. It's real estate. So for every problem, there will be a solution. Yeah. You might not like my solution.
Right.
It might cause a little delay in your timeline, and I think that's the biggest thing with disappointment, right? It's unmet expectations.
Yeah.
So you had a timeline, you got to delay it, but we're gonna get it done for you.
Absolutely. I tell mine, if we're in a real estate transaction, you are winning. You're gonna walk away with the house. That's a win. Right. And you may not like the score, but you're winning.
I like that too. I might steal that too. It might be. You're right. It might be 10-9, but
seriously,
you won.
but you still won. So calm down.
Okay. That's good.